I think the club might start popping in what, in about an hour. I think it opens. If it's open tonight, I don't know if the Palladium's going to be open tonight, but that's not what I want to talk about. I want to talk about your words have power, believe it or not. That's one thing that YouTube has taught me. It's taught me that your words have power, and it has the power to make people like, share the video, comment, make reaction videos to what you're saying, especially if you become like even just a small YouTuber. Like there's one thing with being just a YouTuber and you're uploading videos and you're getting like 50 or 100 views. And even on those videos, you can get a lot of engagement. Like there's levels to YouTube and there's levels to, you know, the power of your words. There's levels to all of this shit. That's what I've learned from being a YouTuber. Okay. And you could be in a that girl scared the fuck out of me too. I thought that was a cop because she was dressed in all black. Oh, it's just the people who work at the Thai restaurant. I guess they're going home for the night. Um, that's that's a really good Thai restaurant too, man. Um, I love going there. If you know about the Thai restaurant in downtown Modesto, fire, the one like right next to the Palladium or whatever. Um, fuck, dude, I'm not taking that out. I don't edit these car videos, right? Fuck, dude, she really scared the fuck out. I thought that was a cop, and the way that she was walking is like she was walking up on my car like she's about to fucking, I don't know, like bust my windows or start shooting at me or something. Dude. All right, so your words have power. Okay, now I've known this for a while, but at the age that I'm at and where I'm at on YouTube, um, once you hit a certain, like I said, there's levels to this. There's levels to this shit. Once you hit a certain level to where your videos are getting X amount of views and they're getting quite a bit of engagement, they're getting a lot of comments. You have people actually going out of their way to make reaction videos or whole reaction channels kind of based around your content alone. At that point, dude, especially like you go live and there's just so many comments, dude, it's just too hard to keep up. And I think that's really where you want to be. That's a healthy spot to be when your words have power, where they have a lot of power to where you're seeing shit. You're seeing all of these comments. You're seeing people kind of flip out in these reaction videos to what you said because for some reason it pissed them off. Like it upset them or it triggered them. Or every now and then they'll actually make a good reaction video to where it's like a good conversation and they open up my mind to a new perspective. Lately, it's just been like a lot of shit talking in the comments and in these reaction videos, and you know, a lot of it is funny, a lot of it is comedy or whatever, but it's to the point where it's like, dude, with everything I got going on with my own life and with trying to, be a YouTuber myself, it's just like I'm not an octopus, dude, or I feel like they want me to be an octopus and everyone's just pulling me in these different directions. Oh, hey, I'm going to mention you in my video. I'm going to mention you in my video. I'm going to talk about you in my video. Like all these comments and all this shit, right? And it's just like, dude, I can't react to everyone. I try to conversate with everyone, but it's to the point where it's like, dude, I just don't have the time to sit here and watch your video or read your long ass comment and really go back and forth. Like I try to leave comments, like writing my subscribers or viewers back, and but dude, it's just to get into these back and forths. It's like everyone has an opinion, and what I've learned from being a YouTuber, what I'm explaining here is there's too many opinions of others for you to give a fuck. You can't really give a fuck about other people's opinions too much because if you do, what's going to happen is you end up go from like you go from being a YouTuber to you're having like this back and forth conversation or this back and forth stuff with people in the comments or other YouTubers, and that's not what you started YouTube for. Just for example, just for an example, like say you started a YouTuber, you started to be a YouTuber because you wanted to make like skateboard videos. You wanted to record yourself, you and your friends doing kick flips and grinding on rails and jumping stairs or whatever, right? And just you guys wanted to be the next Tony Hawk or whatever the fuck, and you do it on YouTube like everyone else or TikTok or whatever, and then you get like these people in the comments talking shit about other things that might be in your vlog besides the skateboarding itself. Like they might comment on the way that you interact with your friends in the video, and like, oh, why do you treat Brian like that? Brian's a real good guy, and you're such a bad friend. You treat him like shit. And for some people, they really like look at it. The healthy thing is to actually look at it and assess the situation. Like, is this comment right? Am I treating my friends like shit? Like, do they have a point here? You can only do that for so long. It's a healthy thing to do, is to reflect on yourself, but you can only do that in reaction and in the regard of someone's comment for oh so long, until you hit, like I said, you hit this point where there's just too many reactions, too many comments, too many people that have something to say about what you're doing. And at that point, you, you can't really give a fuck, and you just have to ignore it, right? Because you have to ignore it, not because you're afraid of having the conversation, not because of whatever, right? It's because if you don't ignore it, once you hit a certain level, and if you keep on keeping on with reacting to everyone, number one, how do you have that much time to like make videos reacting to all the comments and all the reaction channels, and on top of doing your own content? Like I said, you're a skateboard vlogger, and you end up doing, like, I don't know, an apology video to a comment that someone said. They noticed something about you and the way that like you treat your friend Brian, and you make an apology video like, oh, I'm sorry guys, I know in these vlogs I've been a dick to my friend Brian, and a lot of you guys have pointed that out, so I'm going to change my ways. I'm sorry, please forgive me, I try to do better. Just like the same kind of shit that all these YouTubers do in their little apology videos. Dude, I'm telling you, bro, you can only do that shit for too long, until the point where it becomes too much, dude. And that's not just for YouTube. It also goes in life. In life, you got to just do what you want to do and listen to what people are saying, because sometimes people say things and what they're saying is true. For an example, when I worked construction, I was working in the city. We were making this glass house right off of, what was that, Divisadero and Broadway, right there in Pack Heights or Russian Hill or whatever, right? Beautiful house. And the manager, not the foreman, but the site manager or whatever the fuck, right? Not the project manager, but like, I guess the upper foreman of the job or whatever. The guy that was managing the shit, because I was working for the actual general contracting company that was in charge of the whole site. You know what I'm saying? Of like a lot of the main carpentry and building that was going on. I wasn't a subcontractor. I wasn't like a plaster or an electrician or anyone else going on that site, or a roofer or anything. I was with the general contractor, and the manager of the job told the foreman, who was a drunk. This foreman was a drunk. He would literally go get drunk on his breaks and come back all red faced, smelling like liquor. But I guess the fucking guy would work. He was kind of a slouch, but he would work, right? They let him go after that, obviously, because he's a fucking drunk and everyone knew that shit, right? But the manager told the foreman, like, hey, keep an eye on Augustine, because he likes to make things more complicated than they need to be, or more complicated than they are. He likes to complicate shit. Just keep an eye out for him, right? Make sure he's not fucking around. And it wasn't just true about construction when I was younger. I've been like that all my life. Like, I like to complicate things. I'm a hard headed dude. Um, like trucking. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm a truck driver. That's what I do for a living. If some of y'all on this channel don't know that, I have another channel where a lot of these content rant ideas are coming from. And I knew better than to become a truck driver, but I had to fuck around and find out. Okay, I used to watch this YouTube channel, Smart Trucking. This guy named Dave, he was an OG Canadian truck driver, and he was pretty much giving the game on YouTube on trucking, pretty much telling you guys, hey, this shit actually sucks, and you should stay out of it. It was good back in my day, back in the '70s. It sucks now. Don't even do it. Just stay away, right? You're gonna die out here on the road, and you're not gonna make shit, right? Just don't do it. I watched all that content, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think I'll become a truck driver. Right? And now I'm trying to get out of this shit. I've been trying to get out for the longest, and I've had some, I got some days off work, and it's really me. It's really making. Why can't I talk tonight, dude? It's making me not want to go back to work. Like right now is the time to jump ship and do something else. Now that I've been away from work, sometimes if you've been doing something and you've become accustomed to it, even though it sucks and you hate it, sometimes you need to just like quit cold turkey. Just like being a dope fiend, right? If you're a dope fiend, you're strung out on not heroin anymore, but like fentanyl or crystal or whatever you're doing, coke, whatever it is, right? You're a drug addict, you're an alcoholic. Sometimes you need to just go cold turkey. That's what happens when these dope fiends go to jail. That's when, they're under some sort of medical supervision in jail. So if they, I don't know, get sick because they're not taking their fentanyl or alcohol or whatever, because they're like physically dependent on the substance, right? It's a form of going cold turkey because they're in jail, but they're monitored. And sometimes you have to do that with things in your life, dude. If you're in a bad relationship and it's abusive and you guys ain't getting along and all you guys do is fight, but you're so used to being with this person that it just goes on for years and years and years, because it's easier just to kick your feet up on the couch and get into these little arguments, these little back and forth fights with your old lady every night. It's easier to do that than to get up and actually do something about it and walk away. Sometimes what you need to do is just sever the head off like that, you know what I mean, and just go cold turkey. Sometimes you need to just cut the cord of your comfortability, right? Comfortability, right? Of comfort, because you've gotten comfortable in this misery, and you need to just like, fuck it, I'm done. I quit. Because if I don't quit now, this shit's gonna kill me, and I'm never gonna quit. That's where I'm at now with trucking. I finally have gotten out of the seat for a few days, for a few weeks now, and I'm like, this is awesome, dude. Um, this is awesome, right? I'm kind of broke right now, but at the same time, it's like, man, okay, I could cut my losses and I can go do something else right now, right? And by doing this, a lot of people are going to have opinions. A lot of people are going to watch this video and they're going to have something to say. And like I said, I'm at the point right now with YouTube and just where I'm at in life. Like, I'm so busy with my own shit in life. You know what I'm saying? That it's like, I can't, like, this time, I seriously can't give a fuck too much about what people are saying. At the end of the day, I just got to do my own thing. I have to. And if you're in this situation too, right? Say you say you're from like Nebraska. Say you're from Cornhusker, middle of buttfuck nowhere, Trumpville, Nebraska, right? Everyone around you is like some red hat fucking retard, pro life, gun toting motherfucker, right? With a pickup truck, and like, I don't know, maybe like they had a baby with their cousin or their uncle, or whatever it is they do out there, right? And you're not like that. Say you come from a real conservative family like that, but you're not like that. You're more to the left. Say, I don't know, your friends that you've hooked up with at school, your group of friends, you guys are more left leaning, you're more liberal. You're going to have to get the fuck out of there. You're going to have to just sever the cord, pack your shit, and just fucking go. You're going to have to just get the fuck out and just go do your own thing. Go move to LA, get the fuck out of Nebraska, go move to LA, just get the fuck out. And on the opposite, when the shoe's on the other foot, the same thing. Say you're from LA, say you're from San Francisco, like me, and you're more conservative. You're more on the right, not just with your politics, but with just how you are in general. Say you don't agree with this woke ideology bullshit. Say you don't agree with homosexuality and all this shit that's going on around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, say your family and your social group, they're bringing this shit into your life, right? all of a sudden it's like, oh, this person's a lesbian and now they're in my house. What the fuck is this? But if you speak up, you're going to get shit for it because your family, they're about that life, but you're not about that life. Like you're in a disagreement with them. You know what I mean? Girl, that. Okay. Any, anyways, right? This girl's ass is just straight hanging out of her shorts. Look at it, but it doesn't look good. It looks kind of trashy, dude. And I think there was some. Anyways, right? Fuck, dude. Oh man, I'm not turning the camera on. They already took off, right? Jesus Christ, dude. Fuck. I thought I was gonna get killed, and now that. Yeah, dude, the same thing, right? If you're, if you're not programmed the way that your household, your family is programmed, you need to get the fuck out and just do your own thing. And your family, they're gonna have something to say about it. And you can't live under the thumb of your family. You can't live under the rule of your mom, your dad, your family. You can't. I mean, like I said, listen to input when need be, but ultimately you have to just go out there and do what the fuck you want to do. Me, especially as of right now, I don't want to get married. I don't want to like buy a house and get a wife and a dog and all this bullshit. I I just don't want that shit right now. That sounds like a fucking drag, dude. That sounds like a slow, torturous death. And I got a lot of people, um, like my viewers and in my real life that, for a while now, sometimes for a few years, they've been pushing that shit on me. When are you going to settle down with a nice girl? When are you going to meet someone? When are we going to go to your wedding? Right? I can't wait until we go to your wedding. And I'm just like, oh, fuck. I mean, just based off of what you guys got going on, it doesn't really look appealing. So how about no? And not just no, how about fuck no with the cherry on top? You know? Get married? It just does not seem appealing to me at all. And when I voice my opinion, people think I'm giving advice. It's fucking crazy, dude. People, there's just too many opinions for me to really give a fuck. Okay. At the end of the day, you have to do your own thing, right? If you want to be a YouTuber, you have to just turn on the camera and just start recording. And in the beginning, you're gonna give a fuck about what people are saying, unless if you're that motherfucker that just really doesn't give a fuck, right? As long as you're not going online and doing no buck wild shit. Like, what was it, a few years ago? Like on Vine, like back before TikTok, there was like these two like gay friends and they were going in the grocery store and they made it on Dr. Phil because everyone was like, what the fuck are you guys doing? Like they were going in the freezer section and taking the tops off of ice cream, licking it and putting it back where it's stocked for people to come and buy it in the grocery store. I'm pretty sure they were charged or they got into trouble or something, but they were doing it because, they were going viral. It's all about going viral. As long as you're not doing no buck wild shit like that, or this other tonto, Mister by the Mile, right? This dude I'd love to make fun of, right? Because he just does crazy shit, kind of like that, like getting drunk in the backyard, threatening coworkers. As long as you're not doing no really like out of pocket shit like that, you know what I'm saying? Then you can't worry too much about what people say. You just can't. Because if you do, you're if you really give a fuck about what people have to say about you and their reactions and their comments, you're never going to be a YouTuber. You're never going to do what you want to do in life because you're going to be stunted, worrying about, oh, how is this going to affect other people? How is this going to make other people feel? How is this going to make other people look at me? Maybe I should just keep my comments to myself. Maybe I should just keep my opinion to myself. And what happens? You wanted to be a YouTuber. There's some good money in this shit in YouTube. I'm not gonna lie, right? It's it's not paying the bills, but it fucking helps. I mean, that's the reason why I'm not broke this month. Honestly, is because of YouTube, right? You'll never get to experience that if you don't know how to just like acknowledge it, acknowledge that it's there, but at the same time tune it out, like tune out all of these motherfuckers that are just making all this content and like all the comments and everything, dude. After a while, you have to just look at it like, okay, it's working. It's working. Like these videos that I'm making, it's working. I'm getting people making videos about me now. I'm getting a fuckload of comments, right? It's working. I gotta go. Peace out. Yo, what up, dude?